Round filmed this year. Beautiful spot on the Ohio. Great crowds come out to watch the Super League event here. And let's catch up with Lance Kamigis.
We were running along real well and felt a little bobble in the boat, started slowing down a little bit, and we really weren't sure if the engine was going away or what it was. And so we went ahead and pulled it up on the trailer, and when we pulled it out, this is what we ended up with. Apparently there was a log or a rock or something floating in the water, and it tore up our prop, and this has one race on it. Brand new prop with one race on it.
Well, I know you got a couple of other ones back there, but maybe that was a good one for this afternoon. What do you got planned for the finals here this afternoon?
Oh, we've got something special for everybody. We found another prop that worked a little bit better than this one, and we're ready to go out and have a good time.
Formula 3 fleet, SST 60s, getting ready to rip off the dock. Here are the rankings into this race. Tyler Crutchwell miles ahead on the leaderboard. Mark Profit in second. Neil Haraway third. Tis Neil Haraway on pole position with Sam Lebanco next to him in number 40. Lebanco doesn't get off to a very good start as they roar off the dock. The whole fleet firing down the Ohio, and you can see the rollers in there already. It is already quite rough, so we're in for some excitement here as Neil Haraway takes that first corner. Super start for Neil. Lebanco behind him, getting caught up in the fleet there. Didn't get off very well at all. Brian Rogerson in there somewhere at the top. Well, here's Neil coming round. Sam Lebanco in the blue and green boat. Whoa, flying through the air. Just holding on there. Lebanco had a bit of a roll earlier in the season, but he's all right. Good old Sam. He's a fighter from Chicago. And somebody's out there. Let's see who it is. Time for a restart. Neil Haraway on pole. He's got Brian Rogerson next to him. Neil off to a pretty good start. There they go towards the commitment buoy. Down the river. Into that first mark. Haraway looking good. Into the home straight. Brian Rogerson behind him. Tyler Crutchwell, the leaderboard king. He's in there somewhere. Sam Lebanco, who was, oh, hello. Somebody's picked up a little souvenir along the way. Superb. Haraway clattering along. Brian Rogerson chasing behind in second. Tyler Crutchwell in third. Rogerson from Virginia Beach. He's a nuclear engineer, been racing 13 years. He was Super League High Points champion in 1991. You understand this could be his final race. Somebody is out there. And there's the finish. Rogerson in second, just behind Neil Haraway. Tyler Crutchwell third, Mark Profit in fourth. Another great win for Neil Haraway.
Yeah, I was really worried about Mark Profit there for a while, and he had problems, and then we had a incident and had a restart, and I was just so afraid my motor wasn't going to start. It come through for me, and I can't do it without my dad. I'd like to really appreciate everything he does for me. I'd like to thank Gary Pugh for building such a wonderful boat. I mean, he builds the baddest boat that's out there. And I'd like to thank Lee Ramsey and Hooters Racing and everyone here at the race. I really enjoyed it this year.
And let's hear from Brian Rogerson. Final race, a worthy second.
Actually, we're pretty happy with second here. One of the big goals today was we had to get the boat back on the trailer in one piece so the guy can hand me the check now and take his boat away. We've had a fantastic year, bunch of seasons racing. These folks, they put on a great race. Man, seeing all y'all people out here on the banks and be able to run second in water like this, This rough water is why I'm retiring. I can't take the beating anymore, but that was a whole lot of fun today.
Well done, Brian. Best wishes as we watch some of the entertainment along the river. Going to move now to the Formula 2 class, the SST 120s, as we catch up with Gordy Miller and his pre-race analysis of Sean Tarenti.
We got together a little bit yesterday around the bend buoy on the way to the corner. He's, like you said, he's undefeated in this class, and we're tired of losing, so we're starting to step it up a little bit, be a little more aggressive on the run of the corner. It's real important in this type of racing, and we intend to give him a little bit more of a challenge for the wins than he's had so far this year. Well, Mike, this is a big piece of water, as you say. It's the Ohio River. It gets rough, but the real key here is the giant swells that come down the river, and they can come out of nowhere, and most of it has to do with the differences in water depth. You'll get a lot of water flowing down, it hits a shallow spot, it creates a roller. It's definitely different running in this type of water than our normal small river type courses where there's a chop. This has big rollers, and it definitely throws a new element into the mix.
Well, with 5 out of 5 wins this year, Sean Tarenti is the man to beat.
Well, I think we got something for him, but they always have a little more for me, it seems, every race. Every race gets a little harder. I got the best equipment that you can get. Gary built me just a tremendous boat. I've wrecked it, and it stayed together, and it's pretty beat up right now because we've been racing so much, but it's an excellent boat, and I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better than that.
Well, in the previous round at Pittsburgh, Sean Tarenti won again, just over Gordy Miller and Johnny Fleming. So the leaderboard now, Tarenti's miles ahead of Gary Pugh, with Randy Rinker in third, Ray Newman in fourth, Chris Arsenault fifth, James Anderholt in sixth. Onto the docks now. Tarenti, pole position, flying off the dock. Doug Young next to him. Another explosive start in APR through the commitment buoy up to that crucial first turn. As they come round, Tarenti in the red boat. Looks like he's got the lead. He's going superbly. Doug Young just behind him as the rest of the fleet fires through into this second lap. You can see Doug Young in the all-red boat hammering away, lifting his hulls right in the air. This is where they trim the boats down, get a little bit flatter and open up the throttle as fast as possible. Great racing in APR in these SST 120s. Doug Young just holding his place there against Gordy Miller in the yellow boat. Tarenti and Miller had a great fight in Pittsburgh. Oh, and somebody's out. I think it's Jeff Shepherd. Clearly upside down, he's okay. Into the restart. Tarenti, Doug Young, Gordy Miller, firing off again. Another first lap through the commitment buoy. Oh, Miller gets absolutely stuffed there. Miller's way back behind as Sean Tarenti fires along. Miller in the yellow boat trying to regain some of that. Gary Pugh outside as Pittman and the rest of the fleet, Steve Ernst, fires through. Tarenti flying through the air. Wow, look at that. The boat almost taking off. Well, it is a bit of a rolly, rough ride on this stretch of the river. And you can see the water quite ripply and inconsistent. Of course, the wake of these boats is going to add to the chop. They are so sensitive, flying along at 110 miles per hour. A phenomenal speed on water on these tunnel boats. Gary Pugh battles away. Gary from Knoxville, highly esteemed builder of these boats. Whew, almost taking off. Ray Newman, the Texan, a battler. Into the final lap. Sean Tarenti, is he going to make it 6 out of 6? It's looking like it at the moment. Oh, superb. Gordy Miller, what a comeback. He's back to second. Great result for him. Doug Young firing away just behind in third. And I think it was Gary Pugh behind him in fourth. So well done, really, Gordy Miller for battling back after that restart. Didn't get off the dock so well. Cutting in the yellow boat. But it is on the final stretch. Sean Torrenti, 6 wins out of 6. What a result and what a start. And fair play too to Gordy Miller as the votes come in. To confirm, Torrenti just ahead of Gordy Miller, Doug Young 3rd, Gary Pugh 4th, Ray Newman 5th, and Steve Ernst in 6th. Well, a great race for Sean Torrenti, but let's hear it from Gordy Miller.
Well, I tell you, Doug was driving a heck of a boat race out there. It was a pleasure to compete against these guys. Sean, he's a class act. He's up at the front every week, and we're gunning for him. Doug Young, I can't say enough about him. He drives a great race. I just want to thank the Coach Light Inn for coming on board with us this weekend, giving us a little bit of local support here. The City of Aurora, Fire Department, Police Department, Powerboat Super League, everybody that's involved in promoting this race, thank you, and we look forward to coming back next year.
Well, we were battling Gordy all weekend long, and Doug, but me and Gordy swapped some paint yesterday. We've been racing against others. I've been racing against him since I was 16 years old, and he's pretty old now, so you know what I mean. But he did a hell of a job. Doug Young did a hell of a job. A couple times I thought I was in trouble, but we pulled it out. It was great, and Riverside Auto Sales did a great job for us. They gave us a local sponsor and really helped us out.
Well said all round. Well, after Buckeye Lake and Chattahoochee rounds, Neil Harraway had caught Tyler Cratchitwill to share the 1st overall with Mark Profit 3rd and Carol Reno in 4th. In the bigger boats, Sean Torrenti maintained his lead, but Gary Pugh caught right up with Ray Newman 3rd, Randy Rinker 4th, Bill Mattingly 5th, and Steve Ernst in 6th. Well, that concludes our coverage of the season. We wish you well for the following season, and we hope to bring you more, bigger, better, faster, bigger pictures, more coverage. See you soon.